So I got these 7 books from my aunt just 2 days ago, and I plan on finishing them hopefully before university starts. So let's go and learn how to speed read. Hello everyone, welcome to the Nasty Dynasty, where we all learn about life-changing habits, skill sets, and mindsets to help us all become more nasty. So as you can see, I have 7 books that I need to finish before I enter university, and honestly, I don't think it's really possible. So I actually went to go and do my research on how to actually go and speed read. So during the next 7 days, I'm going to be trying to learn how to speed read. So I don't think I have much time to waste, so let's just jump right into the first tip, which is to get rid of the inner voice in your head. So basically, you know how when we are always reading, we always tend to go and read out the words within our heads with our inner voice. When you are just skimming through texts and able to comprehend them properly with your brain power, that's when you are fully utilizing the power of your mind. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this speed reading test to see whether the first tip actually works or not. So for the first one, I'll be doing my normal reading, which is like rereading the words in my head and stuff like that. But for the second one, I will try to go and cancel out the inner voice in my head and just read as quickly as I can, just scan through my eyes and then just process in my head and see whether I can even understand anything. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm done with this, and somehow I managed to read at 278 words per minute. Yeah, so I actually count as a average to good reader, but this is when I use the method of when I'm just reading out in my head and just trying to comprehend the entire passage. So right now, I'm going to try and read using the method that you tried to teach me just now, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I finished the second one, and let's see what are my results. 623 words per minute. Oh, okay, that's quite fast, okay, but I'm pretty sure I didn't understand a single word from the passage. I'm still reading a bit with my inner voice, okay, but somehow I'm still unable to understand the passage because I just skimmed through everything very quickly, and wow, it's really very hard. And I don't understand how they say like 700 words per minute is an excellent accomplished reader with 85% comprehension. Whoa, wow, that's crazy. Well, I have no idea how you do it, but let's see how it goes after this entire 1 week of trying to learn how to speed read. Alright boys, so today is actually day 2 of this challenge. So actually it's quite difficult to get rid of the inner voice, but I'm trying my best to get rid of it. So actually from reading yesterday, I actually found out that by not having an inner voice at all, it's actually super difficult for you to understand. So right now what I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to just not read the whole sentence, but rather just focus on the keywords instead. So I will just pick out some keywords that can help me to understand the concept better, and then I will just read them out in my head and try to understand what's going on. So for today, I'm just going to keep practicing with these kind of e-books on the computer as well as physical books, because I think you need to practice with both. If not, your reading might not be the same for both. Yeah, so hopefully after these 7 days, I will be able to speed read properly and prove that this is actually a very good skill to have. Alright boys, so today is actually day 3, and before I get started on the second tip, I'm just going to check whether my reading speed has actually improved after I've practiced for the past 2 days, and we'll see how it goes. Okay. I actually understood the passage quite a bit, even though it's the same passage as last time. I actually understood what it's talking about, so let's actually go and check my results. And 800 words per minute. Wow, okay. So I think my comprehension actually improved along with my reading speed. So that's actually quite a huge improvement. Alright, and then I think we are ready to move on to the second tip, which is actually to have some sort of guide for you to know where you are reading at. So if I'm actually going to be reading through my computer, then I'll be using my mouse as a guide. But let's say if I'm reading an actual physical book, then I'll be using my fingers to actually guide me through each line. So why do I need to use my finger or a guide of certain sorts? It's actually so that you don't skip certain lines. I'm not sure about you guys, right? But I've actually had experiences where I read one line, okay, then after that, when I move on to the next line, I read it and then I realize, hey wait, this doesn't make sense. Then it turns out that instead of moving down one line, I actually moved down 2 lines. So this actually takes up a lot of time, and right after that, you don't really remember what you're reading, so you have to move back 2 sentences up to check back on what you're actually reading. Yeah, so by actually using this as a guide, you're actually able to focus better as well, so that you don't make mistakes like this, because you know when you're reading, you're tired and all, so it's better to stay focused by using an indicator and to actually keep yourself awake. So I'm going to be trying out this tip for both my normal book as well as my e-book, and then we'll see whether my reading speed actually increases tomorrow. So today is actually day 4 of this speed reading challenge. So for today, we're going to be doing something actually quite different. So when I check out some tips on the internet, right, they actually talk about using your peripheral vision to the fullest. So what it means is that basically, you know how when I'm moving this pen like this, okay, even though the pen is like not stationary, you can still see it like moving or something like that. So what they're trying to say is that you don't need to read the whole text. You just need to read a certain part of it, and your eyes will be able to pick up on the left side as well as the right side of it. So basically you're saving time in a sense. So what they actually recommended us to do is to freaking draw lines on the book. Okay, so they want us to go and use a ruler, and then you draw lines like this, okay, such that you will stop your reading at this point and you'll start your reading at this point to force yourself to get used to the peripheral vision. I really don't want to draw my book, but I think for this challenge I gotta do it, man. I have finished drawing on my book. Okay, it has been drawn for 1 chapter. Okay, I actually drew on the last chapter because I actually finished reading this book already. So whatever, man, just gonna try and practice with this peripheral vision thingy, and hopefully it improves my reading. So today is actually the 5th day of the challenge, and I'll just start today by doing the speed reading test. "850 words per minute." Okay, I think that's actually quite high. So actually after doing this test, I realized that it doesn't really make sense for me to use the peripheral vision thingy, because like I won't be able to understand that much. Like sure, I'll be able to read faster, but then it actually makes my understanding a lot lower. So I think that maybe if you want to try and understand books rather than just speed reading, then you might want to reconsider using this technique. So let me just tell you all about the 4th tip which I've heard online, which is to actually just skip past the things that you don't really need to read. Okay, so some of you might be thinking, right, hey, isn't that cheating? Because you're actually skipping past some parts of the book, so technically you're not reading the whole book in a sense. So actually I watched a video from Mark Manson, which was also the author of this book. So he actually mentioned, right, that
the point of reading is to serve you, not for you to serve the book.
So basically, you read the things that you want to read. So for me right now, whenever I read habit building books or financial education books, whenever I see things that I actually already know, I'll just skim past really quickly to get a rough idea of what they're talking about. By doing so, I actually save a lot of time while still understanding the essence of what the author is trying to convey. So for today and tomorrow, I'll be spam reading Atomic Habits by James Clear, as well as this book, The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. So today is actually the last day of this speed reading challenge, and I really cannot wait to see how much I've improved. So for the past 6 days, I've actually been trying out all the 4 different tips, and I've been reading as much as I could. But I guess for today, I just want to share one last tip with all of you, and it's a tip that actually came from myself. Whenever I'm reading an e-book, right, I actually have a Microsoft Word document spread out at the side. So what this Microsoft Word document is supposed to do is to help me track down all the information of the different chapters that I've read. I feel that by actually doing this, it is able to improve my comprehension because I'm actually taking track of what I actually learned from each chapter. So for the Word document, usually I'll go and summarize the things that I've learned from each chapter, as well as include some quotes that I find very meaningful in the book itself. So this has actually been the way that I've been reading for the past 5 months ever since I started this YouTube channel, because I really wanted a way where I could track down the information that I processed, as well as find a way to keep me awake while I'm reading a book. So if you guys are interested in keeping track of everything that you have learned, as well as increasing your level of comprehension, maybe you can give this 5th tip a try. If not, I'm going to be trying out the speed reading test again, and we will see whether I've actually improved or not. Okay boys, so today is the last speed reading test, so I'm going to see how quickly I can speed read. So let's start right now. Okay. I'm done. Let's see how fast. 816 words per minute. Oh shit, I can't believe I increased my level of speed reading so much during just 7 days. After trying out this speed reading challenge, I feel that it's actually possible for you to learn how to speed read. I would definitely recommend this 7-day speed reading challenge to anybody that wants to improve their reading speed as well as the level of comprehension. For this challenge, I actually realized that speed reading doesn't really affect your level of concentration. In fact, it might even increase it because of the fact that you need to concentrate so much for every single line for you to even understand what it means. So there you have it. If you guys decide to try out this 7-day speed reading challenge, you can always try out the 5 tips that I personally have tried, and it might even help you increase the efficiency of your current speed reading. With that, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have learned a thing or two from this video. Always remember, stay nasty.